Hi everyone, welcome. It's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you. It is August 26, 2019. I put out 12 cards for the 12 different signs as well, and we'll see how far we get with that. And let's see here. August 26, 2019. 26 is the Page of Wands. And it's interesting because yesterday the day was the Knight of Wands, but the Knight of Cups was more prevalent in the real reading. And today, the date is the 26th, and we start out with the, and that's the Page of Wands. We start out with the Page of Swords today. So some contrast there that's being called to as far as the attention to it. The day is Monday as well. Monday is Fair Face. And the read was done from 8:51 to 52 this morning. So the King and Queen of Swords came up here, along with Strength of the 8. And I had pulled some cards from my Kipper deck, which were some messages here. I do have them out on the 12 signs. So if I have time, I'll pull some more to get double clarifications for you. But you'll see the pictures when I show you the 12 signs. Some of the messages I was getting, there's definitely some interesting energies that were coming up around the read from the Kipper deck. So the Lovers is the middle of the read today, and the Lovers is reversed energy today. So again, indicating breakups or lack of affection. I was getting from the Kipper deck, specifically to the Lovers card in the middle, that there was courting in the family. So whether the masculine courting the karmic or the karmic courting the masculine, or if it's a twin flame, whoever's courting who. But the Lovers were coming up as someone courting somebody else, maybe someone trying to get back together with the other person in a family room, and then receives a message of concern about a coffin or a death. So could it just be someone, planning their plot or something? Or a concern about someone who may be suicidal, who worked so hard for the Divine Masculine, but or a father that had passed, and a mother who worked so hard for her son, so the son or daughter would be wealthy. So there's a lot of energy coming up here from the Depression and the Holocaust and World War II. Having to do with, never having to suffer again or live in prison camps or do factory work, anything of poverty level reference, where, a lot of those mothers and fathers, made a point of coming to the United States to make wealth for their children so they'd never have to suffer again. So that wound is definitely coming up here from somebody's parents who worked so hard to make sure their child had a life of wealth, and now something's falling apart. Or it might even, there's a father who comes up too who may have created his wealth because he might have stolen something, or just didn't do everything ethically, so may feel like he was a thief ultimately, or someone's worried about someone finding out that about them, about their father, or about the Divine Masculine himself. But a person around him and a mature woman with great fortune is coming up as a thief, or the father or husband greatly concerned about the main female may have stolen from an official or for an official of high honors for the community. And I was getting bon voyage. So sudden with somebody, an official that suddenly has wealth, like where did it come from? Like a judge that got paid off. So that was one of the downloads coming in. A mature man thinking of his baby girl. So again, it has to do with fathers not wanting especially their little girls, to have to suffer through what they did in the Depression or the war. And then the Seven of Pentacles, which for me in the Sirian Starseed deck is the Divine Feminine's Heart. It's the E tower, like Eve. That's coming up reversed. So it's the Feminine's Heart opening up, to others, to let people in. So I was asking why it's there, because the Queen of Wands is on it, with the Three of Cups reversed and the Five of Swords reversed. Or excuse me, the Five of Wands reversed, the conflict energy reversed. So why is the Queen of Wands on the Divine Feminine's Heart? So wealth came up as well as thief. Karmic's father, concerned, her fear of poverty, so someone who may have grown up without, may try to cash in or pay off an official of high honor for poor child to finally get recognition and go on a new path of distant horizons, a father and his baby girl. So that was coming up. So the karmic's father, or it could be the divine masculine, or the divine masculine's father or judge, but around the Queen of Wands, the karmic energy here. And mind you, the Queen of Wands is upright, but the Empress is reversed. And that can reference her, as well as her mother or his mother. Can reference the Divine Feminine as well, but I really wasn't getting that in this read today. So, also the Empress reverse was coming up as despair initially. Unexpected income as a gift with a message from a judge or a court, or about a marriage or an arrest or a marriage license, about a privileged woman going to or already in jail. So either the divine masculine's wife or divine masculine now thinking of marriage with someone else, or the one he wanted to marry went to jail. Bad health of older man at a nursing home or with a nurse at home. Lovers or great affection, so someone's person who took care of them, like their maid or their nurse. There may be a love affair there, whether it's sexual or not. There's great affection there. Journeys to courthouse for the wealthy man who got his great fortune by being a thief, or from a thief, and now he's worried that what will come of his daughter or the one who cares for him, or his nursemaid, all right? So someone either may have stolen his money and that's how he made his wealth, or because of his health issues, he's lost all his money, and now what's his daughter or his nursemaid, the woman he's fallen in love with, what are they going to do? So someone's father may be worried about that, and maybe nobody knows about his health issues or about the money issues. An official man with sudden wealth, who may have grown up in poverty, now with honors from the war. The community may celebrate a higher path of distant horizons, but what will come of his baby girl? Okay, so somebody, but definitely a father, and I'm not getting like the masculine, his child. I'm getting a karmic of the divine masculine. It could be the divine masculine's sister even, but a father worried about his little girl, but the little girl seems to be grown, not like a child. So, but someone who was always the baby, like got everything, was very privileged, maybe had grown up poor, and that even could be the divine masculine wanting to have given the karmic a good life because they grew up poor. Or vice versa, the divine masculine grew up poor. So it's going to be different for everybody's dynamic, but those are just some of the energies that came up here, as well as a thief around the divine masculine that goes to jail. And that definitely can be a karmic or their mother. So again, the Queen of Wands could be the karmic, and the Empress could be her mother. Or the Queen of Wands could be the Empress reversed. It just depends on your situation. It could be the divine masculine's mother as well. And then if the mother goes to jail, the father is concerned for the daughter. What will happen to the daughter if the father's not around to coddle her? Okay, so that's some of the energy coming up. So as I get into the read here, it's 8:51 to 52 for the divine masculine, and that's the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, like I said, and they're both reversed today. So that can be a couple who's really at each other, like the War of the Roses, so they're very vicious verbally to each other, or it can be their lawyers, right? A war of the lawyers, and the strength behind that. For the major arcana were the Lovers, like I said, is in the middle. Guidance, which is like the Hierophant, is crowning. Abundance is the Empress, which is in the position of how the masculine sees himself, which can, since it's reversed, can just be lack. And then the Star card came up after the read, and that was upright today. The Hanging Man was before the read, and that was upright today as well. There were 3 swords, 3 wands, and 2 pentacles. No swords came up here in the main card. Not swords, I'm sorry. No cups came up in the main read for the divine masculine today. And the only court card was that Page of Swords, which was reversed. So there's no people around in this read, except for the Empress there as a major arcana. Let's see if there's anything else. But the Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles in the Sirian Starseed deck that I see as the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine's hearts are both here. So the Divine Feminine's heart's in the environment of the masculine, and the masculine's heart comes up right after the read, the first card after the read. So both of their hearts at play in the same read, which is important. All right, so the numbers in the message today were all about nature and letting things happen naturally, and spiritual partnership. And the main double numbers were 7-7 for the read today. However, if you include the other cards from before and after the read, there were all 4 4s. And that never happens. Like, I never get all 4 of the same in the read. I mean, it rarely happens. It came up this past month one other time. I think we had 4 10s. But seriously, it never happens. 9-10 Begin Again came up, 67, which is the Knight of Pentacles, and 34, which is the 8 of Wands, that passionate exchange back and forth, the Hours of Love, as well as the 1 of the Magician embodiment. And then we have 332, 46, also the Children in the Garden, 79, the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow, and 47, the synchronicities, the 7 of Cups, heaven in their eyes. So about nature and spiritual partnership, the code line was very simple today. And the code line only added up to the number 7. It was 6, 1, and 7, which also has to do with 61, 7, which is that 7 of Swords energy, of risk, the liar, cheater, thief. But really, it's just inherently about risk, taking a risk. And the 7 is that number of otherworldliness. So about nature and spiritual partnership, I was getting the number 68, which is the Page of Pentacles, which is significant here. Also 6 and 8, which is the Lovers and the Strength card, but also the 8 represents the dance of the twin integrating their masculine and feminine. So the Lovers and that dance to the nth degree in sharing one God naturally. Lovers each doing the dance of sharing one God. And like I said, the Page of Pentacles was very significant here. The Page of Pentacles is that student, the good student who learns about the gold coin or the Christ consciousness. And then because the 4 4s came up, also in the code lane, the code lane, so staying in your lane, the code line had 4th, literally, made up from different words coming together. So I knew that was important since the 4 4s came up. And also the H is 2 4s put together, like when you stack chairs. So the 4th, or the 4 to the nth degree, is coming up as the Emperor. Structure, survival, home, sharing, and acing God, source, creator, love. The Page of, and God is referencing itself or themselves as the Page of Pentacles, the good student that's always learning, perpetual student. The 4, and you notice the 4 4s is the 4 of Wands, which is the home of celebration and marriage. The 4 of Cups is grounding and integrating boredom and downtime. The 4 of Swords is rest and sleep, meditation, praying. And then the 4 of Pentacles is saving, manifesting, and moderation. So you see, the 4s are the clues to a moderate life. Okay, and to happiness and balance. So as we start the read here, with the Page of Swords reversed, I pulled from the Kipper deck and got change and occupation. So a change in someone's occupation, or just a change in how you occupy your time. The Page of Swords reversed was also backed up there with, here is the 4 of Swords, or 4 of Orbs, and then the Hanging Man, or the Hangman, the 3 of Flames, and then the Page of Swords reversed on top. I have to close the door real quick for you guys, because the lawn guys just came. Well, I think you'll be okay. Maybe the sound doesn't usually come up to the speaker like I hear it, so maybe I think we're good. We'll give it a go. So the Page of Swords reversed. They're just coming close to the door right now. But the Page of Swords reversed with the 4 of Swords reversed, which is either not getting sleep or rising above or coming out from resting a long time. And then the Hanging Man, which is hanging out, trying to see other perspectives, but hanging in limbo, or just needing to hang low for a while. And then the Three of Flames, or Three of Wands, that was upright as well. So it's being present in the moment. So hanging out, possibly in limbo, but being present, if not getting enough rest, or enough rest and now coming out now. But the Page of Swords reversed can be no news, bad news, not sleeping, unable to rest peacefully, hanging in limbo, or hung out to dry presently, no word about a new job or a change in occupation or what occupies your time, a new car or antique sewing machine, or just antiquated. The work you do is no longer valid, or feeling that way. Tripping up or breaking patterns leading to success, good news, and leading the way to great heights or great manifestation, new discoveries by standing up for oneself and fending off others, using a tool, a rod or a stick to balance on the tightrope, to stand your ground. But saying allow yourself to use the tools that you need. It doesn't have to be a physical tool, just the tools that you've learned to help you keep your balance. And that's why the Fours came up again. So using that tool or rod or stick to balance on the tightrope to stand your ground. The Page of Pentacles is detoxing. The Queen of Wands, looking back at the detox process of bleeding out and then feeling deep pain and falling on your face with lack of faith, unable to rest in peace. And then the 5D of rising above, that connection in the aftermath of sudden events or epiphanies, or messing up a performance or making mistakes. And it's like the Queen of Wands is looking back at how the Page of Pentacles, whether that's one of her own children, a student, or the Divine Masculine, or herself as a student when she was younger, learning the lessons of that it's okay to make mistakes, not avoiding but allowing mistakes that lead to the right path. Or when you don't get what you want, it's because the universe is leading you in a better direction. Don't wait for perfection, just learn as we go, rising above in the aftermath of screwing up or making mistakes and falling from grace. It's not about the fall, which is thrilling, is it not? It's about how you climb back up to the top, the perseverance, just not giving up. One step at a time and no expectation of outcome, just knowing you will get there when it's time. Just keep going. What you learn today will build on what you learn tomorrow, and so on, collectively and exponentially, to infinity and beyond. Honor your energy, especially your third energy twins, when vulnerable in the aftermath of tripping up. Avoid the vultures. Don't look at them in the eye. Don't validate their game. Allow them to pass with love. Don't validate their game, their parking ticket. Okay, so it's like validating the parking ticket means they can stay. Injustice out to be seen, of loss of new income or new life canceled or delayed, or money expected is no longer there, as the Emperor upright and the Empress reversed. Karmic may try to take all your money in a divorce, or a mother, aunt, or grandmother, whoever it is, may have passed and may have left nothing, but you were expecting something. And that was at 10-19. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, and 19 is the Sun. Okay, so I'm getting this. The Sun definitely may reference the Divine Masculine, who expected something, an inheritance or something, but was left nothing. Or it's unfair that your partner passed, or that a wedding canceled. And again, wedding was the underlying energy from the Romance Angel deck that's right in front of you. At 10-19, here we're there. The Wheel of Fortune and the Sun, which are very powerful cards. Beneath the wedding is unrequited love. So there's lots of scenarios here. Not only do we have unrequited love underneath wedding, which means the situation involves marriage, but the cluster of cards right on it is the Justice reverse, which can be divorcing or divorced, a delay or cancellation of something new, and then the Emperor and the Empress, one is upright, one's reversed. There's definitely a breakup there. No new beginning, or planning a new beginning, but there's issues there. But there's definitely, injustice energies coming through there. So, and unrequited loves. There's a couple different situations here. So some are divorcing, some cancel a wedding, some planning a wedding for after a death or after a divorce, or the Empress lost money due to a child not taking care of business, not reading their messages, or negative self-talk. Or the Empress reversed lied, spied, or stalked, blocking messages and tripped up and got caught, causing a suit or divorce or a lot of money lost on a wedding that was planned, that was canceled, or never proposed in the first place. Or the Queen of Wands looks back at having sold her soul to the devil, and now her debt is due. And there's great pain and betrayal in the aftermath of falling from grace, unable to rest or continue the facade, the lies tying others' hands and hanging them out to dry, and the Empress reversed, losing everything. The King of Swords reversed is out with third party on his mind, healing and forgiving all three for strumming her pain with his fingers and singing his life with her words. The Divine Masculine or Karmic Magician, or it could be other person too, but the Magician here is upright, but he's coming up as angry here. Not in the other Magician, but just this one spot. It's coming up as someone who's angry, determined, serious, or on a mission to third-party fantasy reunion in another realm, or to manifest unhappiness or takedown of a dysfunctional and or abusive family. Gossip and overindulgences, too much partying or antisocial behavior, or just negative self-talk, or the King of Swords reversed after separation or heartbreak, sick of everyone getting what they want except him, or tired of only a fantasy sex life, or porn, or all the times someone cheated on him, whether it's his partner or someone he was waiting on from the past, or someone he was having an affair with who apparently was having an affair with everyone else too, or someone wants vengeance on a really messed up family who screwed them up with massive overindulgences, sex parties, or just constant new partners, or someone just determined to always get what they want sexually, or someone's massive paranoid jealousy, someone always in the doghouse, or the dog is scared when they have sex or sex parties, or a dog gets in trouble for coming in the room when they're having sex, or a masculine is pissed because there's too many animals in the house, everyone gets attention except him, or the Divine Masculine just pissed, saying now you see it, and now you don't. So then there's change, which is number 5. So that's all about change, freedom, expansion, vacations, all that kind of energy. And then underneath that is 11, which is justice, and it's individuality. So individuality first, so make sure you know who you are, and then the changes begin. So let the games begin. So it's coming up now, and also is referencing the Olympics. Someone dropped burdens or confessed, knowing the truth and making a decision, or getting clear at least on things, or doing something about it now to free self from prison, at war with self and the Page of Cups, innocent, walking away and within to find happiness, with self for the Divine Masculine to get his wish, or celebrating what he's outgrown, possibly in a chef's kitchen, toasting himself, or at the bar cheers, in Boston perhaps. And it's 11:01, which is justice and the Magician. So that Page of Cups there can reference just his inner self, or it can be a child, or him feeling the innocence of the feminine, or feeling like the feminine is the enemy and he's the innocent. So it can go both ways. But either way, getting his wish, even without information, so coming into his knowing, or negative self-talk, or gossiping kids, or there's no word on a new job, breaking patterns of lack and lineage with dysfunction, or dropping the facade of lies, gossip, the Empress reversed, and her dysfunctional family, in allowing change, and masculine being proud of himself. Now remember, this Empress reverse can also be just someone who's ill. It can be an older person, who's just got chronic illness or mental illness. I'm just letting him pass by the doors. So before I go into recently, I want to show you around the cards, and then we'll get into the other cards. Okay, so we have the Page of Orbs, or Page of Swords, as the underlying energy. Recent past is the 7 of Flames. The foundation, which you can't see at all, is the Nine of Orbs, the Nine of Swords. That's that suffering card. And there's the clarification card. The one you can't see is the Eight of Swords, right? The prison. And then the Ace of Cups. The middle is the Lover's card, challenged by the Six of Crystals or Six of Pentacles. The other underlying energies here. And then crowning is the Guidance or Hierophant card. As we scroll over here, across the bridge, over to the Ace of Wands or Ace of Flames in this deck. Then the masculine sees himself as that Empress energy, and there's your Romance Angel cards, and around that is the Seven of Pentacles or Seven of Crystals, which I see that card as the Divine Feminine's heart, but is reversed today. And then the blocks the masculine needs to clear, that Ten of Orbs or Ten of Swords, the numerology cards, and then the Four of Flames or Four of Wands. And then above that is the Four of Crystals, the Star card, and the Four of Cups. And actually I think that all three of those are upright. Okay, and then it goes up just to the Hermit there at the top. And then we just have these 4 extra cards, or 5, as a sidebar here for that deck. And then I'm going to show you the cards. I have 2 sets of cards put down. Those are the underlying energies for the 12 signs. And then starting with the mature woman is Aries. We go down across to Pisces, that's the Thief over there. And then we have some summarizing cards as well down here, which I'll get into when we get there. All right, so let's finish this read first, and then we'll get into the 12 cards. Sorry, I have my bill holder beneath the table. That's why it looks messy, but it's just all these envelopes sticking out of there. Okay. So recently, standing up to others, now the mowers are off, so it should be quieter. Standing up to others, rising above, the Page of Wands inspired by family dysfunction of the King of Pentacles, Star, healing, or with dreams come true with sovereign or sovereignty at the workplace to co-create. So the masculine is the King of Pentacles, being the star of the show, either his dreams coming true of his own sovereignty, or a sovereign or the Divine Feminine coming to work with him to co-create, or seeing how far he's come from his humble beginnings and dysfunctional family inspired by his dreams, and knowing that he can do that again. So it's like looking back, both the karmic and the Divine Masculine. The foundation is suffering, purging, and stressed. The prisoner was offered love, stolen from someone else's destiny, or Libra energy, or someone stole someone else's ideas at school, or about the Sphinx and Akashic records, and getting schooled by life lessons, taking from the collective consciousness and offering it as love to those imprisoned and suffering. Centrally is the Lovers reversed, hearing the call to action, or judged, or receiving judgment, or an announcement about a breakup, letting go of emotional attachments of the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, in detox, or after chaos of addictions and codependencies, or announcing a yard or estate sale, challenged by finding equity and sharing to find peace in offering love to one on strike or unable to work, or to one who is stubborn, refusing to move or work, or can't find work, feeling sorry for themselves, the wounded warrior. The Queen of Swords reversed, speaking about finding peace, or not speaking about finding peace, or sometimes their own negative self-talk, by offering love to all, even the most obstinate, guarded, defensive, and impatient people. Or the Queen of Swords reversed could be a verbally abusive wounded warrior person who loses their temper a lot, or the wounded warrior stuck amidst a verbal abuser and one with no patience physically and unable to get out. Needing balance, fair sharing, an equitable split, healing and forgiving a happy family without burdens, or who dropped them all, who that happy family is happy because they dropped all their burdens on him. Detox and suffering chaos, a breakup of a marriage, a marital counseling, holding back new life again. So someone suggesting counseling again to hold back the masculine's new life who already decided to leave, by suggesting more counseling to help detox the marriage, or go to confession to drop their burdens. working through difficult emotions, destined to be schooled or to argue or to get played or to hold back passions. So this could be in counseling as well. Or rushing in with good intent but falling asleep at the last minute. So that could definitely be marital counseling. Implementing a plan impatiently and yelling at innocent kids or other people, right? Taking things out on other people. Or a plan to help kids not fight. The Page of Swords is reversed, but the Page of Cups is upright. Frustrated with the Emperor, or the Emperor feels frustrated, trapped with kids, and that could be Divine Masculine or one of the fathers, the grandparents. Now crowning is the Hierophant or Taurus, Devil or Capricorn. In the aftermath of stress and suffering, the King of Swords reversed makes a bold move to be strong or overpowered by the Leo or ego in a marriage, Taurus or religious leader. All right, so they may feel overpowered by Leo or their marriage, a Taurus or a religious leader. And that was at 1133, which is justice. And 33 is the Christ vibration, but also that 7 of Wands is standing up with yourself. But with a tendency to get defensive, we need to not react and not be defensive. Okay. So, Taurus, I didn't tell you the signs. Let me tell you the signs before I start that page. Taurus was the ones that were upright and reversed, which is 2 people or 1 person with both the negative and positive attributes. Taurus was both upright and reversed, as well as Libra, Aries, Capricorn, Pisces, Gemini, and that's it. Cancer was upright, Cancer upright, Scorpio reversed, Leo upright, Virgo upright, Sagittarius reversed, and Aquarius upright. The only ace that was upright was the Ace of Cups, so love. The only king that was reversed was the King of Swords. The King of Wands, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups were upright. And of the knights, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords were upright. The only page that was reversed was the Page of Swords, reversed. And the 10 of Cups and 10 of Swords were upright. The other 2 reversed. All the 9s were upright. And all the 5s were reversed, except the 5 of Pentacles, which was upright. And that's that abandonment wound or impoverished wound, which is definitely a wound of the day, being impoverished. Okay. Like I said, the Emperor's upright, the Empress is reversed. The 6 of Cups, the children in the garden, were upright. The 2 of Cups was upright. And the 4 of Cups was upright. But the Lovers was reversed. The 6 of Swords was also upright. So there's still a lot of peace here. So after talking about feeling overpowered, the King of Swords reversed makes a bold move to be strong, or feels overpowered by a Leo or ego in a marriage, Taurus, or religious leader. Taurus, Libra, Capricorn, or air sign with Cancer and Leo, or just Scorpio, Cancer, Leo, Libra, Taurus, or Capricorn, and Gemini here, all those energies there, as well as Sagittarius and Aquarius. So, and again, if you don't know the signs, any person or court card I bring up about swords has to do with air signs. So Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Water signs, and the air signs, you know, they're very much of their brain and their verbal skills, articulating well, but tend to be more cold in nature, and they're not all huggy and kissy like the water signs are. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, and that's much more of a loving, intuitive nature. And then we have the Pentacles, which are the manifestors. Okay, so that's the very grounded, well-rounded energy, hadn't gone through all the other suits, and now they're at the Pentacles, so learning to manifest. And then we have the Wands, which is the first suit. You know, that's that pure, raw energy, so the fire signs. And of course, the earth signs are Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And then we get to the fire signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, which is that pure, raw energy. So they're very physical, and they like to be out there and be seen. You know, they could be very good looking, also very popular because they get along with everyone. They love the attention. So it's that kind of energy, but also very creative. It has that raw energy. So the King of Swords reversed, the King of Cups upright, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed are coming up in this area in the middle of the read. Could be that the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles reversed are there with their lawyers again, or the King and Queen of Swords both reversed are the ones breaking up, with the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles reversed trying to help them. Could be getting in the way though. Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Cancer, Libra are all different people or circumstances that can come up here of three-way ties. All combinations of the above signs that I already mentioned. Taurus, after suffering through the war with Leo or another Taurus energy, so there could be two Tauruses. Capricorns and Leos, and Taurus and Lions. Capricorn, Leos, and Taurus are coming up as significant as the Lions, the Bulls, and the Devil, very heavy on the ego. Lies between Cancer and Libra, or split, or cutting through the BS to get their wish. The King of Swords reversed may have lied or just in a split and moving or traveling to temper the beast. So it could be going on vacation just to relax, okay? In detox, and remember before detox comes the chaos, right? The pinnacle of chaos. But in detox, working through emotions of impatience or breaking patterns to surprise themselves. Finding more patience by breaking the silence, actually saying what they feel, without competing or showing muscle. Like, you know, I was right and you were wrong, so not doing that competition thing in couples. Allowing destiny's hand to end the conflict and suffering nightmares of impatient player or holding back passions of the 5D, other world, dream girl, to implement a plan to complete cycle and have dreams by shining your own light, the divine masculine, and healing and self-love, spiritual love, and new love. So soon for the masculine, feeling without their flame, frustrated and third energy controlled in secret union or high priestess, intuitive, or psychic, quiet at home, frustrated. And that can just be the masculine's own secrets at home as well. Presently choosing left, or the new, the divine feminine energy, the divine masculine falling for high priestess, fallen angel, impatient to get his wings, so he doesn't have to fall anymore. Or when choosing left and telling the stubborn one, refusing to move, someone fell or got pushed down the stairs when they lost their temper. Okay, so someone might have gotten hurt in an argument at home. The divine masculine lacking faith in his own abilities, in home or union, or falling for karmic predicting things for him, and fell when the karmic was called on it. So karmic is just, you know, she's trying to do readings like the divine feminines, and maybe she is intuitive. But either way, she may have been doing something kind of underhanded, and then the masculine called her on it. Or just a secret union or secret home. Masculine may have a secret home that the karmic doesn't know about, where he fell before, whether that's physically or just fell for someone else before. Third energy, frustration comes up here, as well as impatience, being guarded, and verbally abused. The masculine could feel released from prison, or that can be an emperor who's somebody else, with twin or kids rising above the 4D bridge, or the divine feminine holding back passions, rising above that. The divine masculine is seeing himself as the empress reversed, which overall that energy just is an energy of lack. So he may be lacking, he may have lost money, or just always have felt his whole life that he was lacking, and nothing was ever good enough because of the way he was raised or his wounds. So that's what's coming up. It also could be the energy of his mother in lack, right? And the neediness, or his karmic in lack and the neediness there, or the karmic's mother even, or a grandmother. The King of Wands, Page of Cups in a lie. It could be the feminine too, you know, so when the feminine's purging, he could be feeling that as well. So the King of Wands and Page of Cups are on the Empress reversed. And that could be in a lie or a split and pulling Excalibur, right? Pulling the sword of truth to cut through all the BS. Mama's voice coming up here as well with the Page of Cups on the Empress reversed, offering the King of Wands love or friendship, or the Page of Cups is the King of Swords or King of Wands, their inner child. Or the Page of Cups could be the King of Wands' actual child on his side. And the wounded warrior twin or kids sharing with others the Page of Pentacles, gold coin student of life. So it's definitely coming up as making an offering. It's very positive. I mean, you see it in front of you. Right here, in a split or lies and cutting through the crap, offering friendship or love or a loving message of the King of Wands, or these are two separate people, like ignoring this energy, whether it's a person or just his own lack, coming through in very positive energies towards this energy, which is also very positive. And then we have the Five of Cups reversed, getting over any loss or grief, with the Two of Cups and the mastering and integrating of it. So that's really positive energy. So the Mama's Boy energy with the Page of Cups offering the King of Wands love or friendship, or the Page of Cups is the King of Wands and a child or actual child on his side. The Wounded Warrior, which could be a twin or the kids, sharing with others, as the Page of Pentacles gold coin student of life. So the kids and the twin, the masculine both seeing as students of life, and him kind of wanted to go back there again. Kids learning to share, and the Wounded Warrior being over loss and grief, to connect and share and offer love one more time. This time, he cuts his karmic or mother or Empress reversed out to offer love back this time. The Empress reversed trying to take over, but the King of Wands ignoring her this time. Or the Empress reversed and the King of Wands brother trying to split up the twins, or the brother or friend split up with their partner and is now helping the Divine Masculine with his twin against the Empress reversed wishes. Around the Divine Masculine implementing a plan, or the Divine Feminine's heart is open to receive. Third party no longer conflicted or fighting with Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands just doesn't get it, like, because she's a fighter, like, or the Queen of Wands strategizing, gossip and conflict, no joy, no competition, not worth it if she doesn't have something to fight for, she doesn't want it anymore, or overindulging after a fight with the Divine Masculine and strategizing her next plan. So she's all about strategizing. So like if she has any kind of peace, it's no good, because she's just going to create drama so that she can win again, right? She's all about the competition. So that could be their game of breaking up and getting back together again. It's no fun just to stay together. The King of Swords reversed, magician and dysfunctional family between the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, or karmic, whoever it is. The Queen of Wands could be spying on the Divine Feminine's house to see who comes and goes, and could be preparing for a fight, for her joy, for her victory, or sitting outside her home, standing guard, sitting pretty, waiting for friends to come by. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the Ten of Swords, suffering, back pain and betrayal, painful endings, pretending not to know and to cling to the limbo situation, perpetuation of more perspectives, but not doing or inspired by any of them, frustration of no sleep, always rising above, or coming out now and had enough rest in another world, or around the block, coming out to go around the block to participate in neighborhood watch, or neighbors at war holding back passions and frustrations of unreasonable neighbors and deciding whether to deal with it or move. Or the Divine Feminine won't move without knowing the Divine Feminine's heart, or vice versa. So if they don't make a move, neither one of them moves. The Divine Feminine doesn't go near the Divine Masculine's area because he told her to stay away, yet he expects all women to make things easier for him because he's always been served. The Emperor releasing and wanting to make a quick run into the Divine Feminine's neighborhood to test the waters, so to speak, or to release her from her prison. Nature comes up, and then spiritual partner, but even more so here is manifestation. So it's taking it that one step further. The Empress reversed, grounding and integrating at the gate, having discussions about where to go from here, but really giving directions to the masculine, telling the Emperor what to do. Home ending war by breaking up, needing to complete the cycle for dreams of new love. Angel impatient to implement changes, falling short of expectations, and kids frustrated with him. The world is in disarray, holding back passionate movement, in destined suffering, but now implementing a plan for dreams and new love, whether or not kids agree or like it. The Emperor in control of his sexual third energy, his quanta. Period. Divine Masculine's heart is holding on loosely, grounding and saving, and being moderate, exposing suffering of the Queen of Cups, now happy that his heart is detoxing to heal and shine and dream, and that was at 12:31. So that's the Hangman, and 31 is the Five of Wands. So that's that expansion, conflict, competition energy. So as we turn the page, we turn to 32, which is the Journeyman, the Six of Wands. The home of the Divine Masculine as well. So if there is court going on right now, the masculine could be in front of the judge over the home, which he did all the work on, and yet she expects to have it, of course. So grounding and integrating and mastering Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, the Milky Way and Orion pictures. The Messenger of Truth, done saving and aligning, rushing back to implement a plan with the Queen of Swords reversed, with the Hermit shedding light on it. Expressing feelings at night, energy back and forth, but no message or negative self-talk or spying. Taurus brothers' marriage commitment or establishment in a heated exchange. Someone may be fired, quit, or left a marriage or commitment, or a church, or kicked out of the boys' club was coming up as well. No message or news, or a bad message or news, or obstinate child, mouthing off or spying, stressed, suffering, Empress reversed, and again, this does not apply to the ones that are just ill, okay? Stress, suffering, Empress reverse, strategizing the defense of breaking up or no affection. The challenge being fairness and sharing frustrations and a painful ending or betrayal, or just back pain, massages, and commitment to business and home, family, marriage, or a party that's already been planned. Marriage anniversaries and reunions of the Divine Masculine's heart and dreams, and grounding and integrating them with the Hermit. Rising above limbo and hung out to dry, presently no news or bad news about defense, or a kid mouthing off about the Queen of Wands' plans of defense to the Divine Masculine, and thus the Divine Masculine getting their wish, because now they know. Breaking up to end suffering, and no attention and commitment, the challenge being fairness of equity, the Empress reversed, frustrated about home, marriage, or party committed to, implementing something that turned into a painful ending to the home of any combination of any signs. All 12 signs were definitely coming up here. All right, so, but like I said, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, the Devil, the Bull, and the Lion were the most prevalent here because, especially Sun, Moon, and Rising, because of the ego issue. So then I asked why were all fours coming up? And I was getting bad health, house in the family room, message of concern read by a lady about a thief, or she was the thief energy because she shouldn't have been reading the message, and she stole or intercepted that message, and then that was to an older man who's now concerned about theft and how that happened, or that information getting out. The main female may have grown up poor or gives a poor boy unexpected income as a gift, and the official person, false person, now has sudden wealth or high honor, so there's something fishy here. Imprisonment until death do us part of a marriage, or someone worried if they stay married, they will end up literally killing their partner because they hate them so much. But they very much believe in that commitment, so that's one of those energies. So the privileged lady and judge in her pocket, as well as community improvements, right? So someone who does wrong can get the community on their side by making all these community improvements, so they would never think that they were a bad person, right? So that's kind of that energy there. But the community improvements, traveling a long way to marry a wealthy man, arranged marriage of wealth. So couples of the Depression and factory workers, from the war, wanting great wealth for their daughter and a planned occupation, but now in despair, too much expectations of others put upon the Divine Masculine, who now can no longer give them what they want, right? Especially if they're, divorcing, and then their amount of money will be less. So, of course, failing everybody or There's also illness coming up in the read where there's definitely an older man who may not have told people how ill he is, or about his issues or the money expenses, and that he just can't do what he used to be able to do, and they're not going to be able to get everything that maybe he might have promised before. So that might be one of the issues for the masculine. Okay. So now we're going to go over to the 12 signs, and I'll clarify with my mini deck as well. So see what we get here. I have 2 sets of cards down there, actually. Can't see the other one. We have the Thoth deck and the Kipper deck. So I'm going to shuffle my... I'm going to take these up now too. So I'm going to shuffle my clarification deck, but the underlying energies, now remember, these are not signs, and the top is not signs, they're the underlying energies. So this top card here is the bottom of the deck. And then here is the 5th card down, so adjudication. And then the water signs are topped by privileged lady, and I'll show you in a minute. And this is the air signs topped by message of concern, earth signs great fortune, and fire signs high honor. Okay, and I'll show you the Thoth cards underneath. I don't really know the Thoth deck yet, so if it doesn't have a word on it and I don't know what it means, you can just look at it and take what you get from it. We'll see what comes up with that. Okay. So before I go into Aries, I do want to show you those cards since we don't know them that well. So father signs, so it might have to do with fathers. And high honor, that would make sense with father. But there's obviously war or war reenactments or some kind of, salute going on here for high honors. And then we have the Prince of Discs here, reversed. So this is what it looks like upright from the Thoth deck. So the Prince of Discs. So I don't know if that's the Knight or the Page, but it's definitely bull energy there. Okay, so it's going to be very Taurus energy. I'm getting a lot of Orient in that picture as well. But it's reversed. So that's that stubborn energy that was coming up in the read of refusing to move or travel or refusing to work. Someone might need to get blasted in order to get, this is like lighting a fire under their butt. That's definitely coming up for the fire signs. Then we have for the earth signs, great fortune. And then we have pleasure, but it's reversed. So it might have gotten great fortune, but not through pleasure. And I'll show you this card this way. That's funny. It kind of looks, I have a lamp by my window that with roses that actually looks like that. So someone might have great fortune, but now unable to enjoy it because of health reasons. But there's going to be different situations depending on the signs. So, but I was getting that earlier too about the earth signs. Always, a different issue for each one as to why they're not enjoying the wealth. And then we have air signs topped by message of concern. So again, this could be someone who's taking a message that doesn't belong to them, because that was coming up earlier. And then this is fortune reversed. So again, either a reversal of fortune or just a slowdown of things. All right. So I love that purple and yellow color. I'm getting the circus here. Like it's a circus ring. And it literally may be a circus. So there's a message of concern, and there may be literally a reversal of fortune, and that's the message that comes in for air signs. And so for some that might be a good thing, some might be a bad, but it's a circus either way, chaos. And then we have water signs with the privileged lady, and that, I don't know what it means, but it's something good. It's like a, destiny card. It's the star. I don't know if it's a star card or it's just the destiny card. I'll have to look it up. There's a clover in the middle as well. But obviously this is beautiful energy there, topping the water signs. All right, so let's see what happens for each of the signs. So for Aries, along with high honors, Aries is getting the mature woman. And then art. So someone who might be an artist, but it's reversed. So maybe this Aries may be upset because she never got the high honors that she expected from her work. And, you know, she's a mature woman, so she's older now. And so she may decide to give it up because she never really achieved what she wanted to achieve with that. Maybe she wants to try something else. But let's see how that... There's just some dark energy in this art too. So maybe something to do with the dark that was affecting how she did her work, or her own energy into her work that kind of repelled people because of the dark energy coming off. It doesn't mean that the paintings were bad or the pottery or whatever the art was. Could be so many different things, you know. But there just could have been some dark energy around it. Or maybe just her own resentment was blocking her. But we have high honors. What was under high honors? That's right, the stubbornness. So stubbornness. I should put that on top since I like seeing those cards though. I just want to put those top ones on top there. All right. So for Aries, what do we have? Aries, who may be an artist and a more mature woman. All right. So she has the King of Cups with the Four of Wands reversed. All right. So she may be splitting up with this person in a move, or just someone who lives with her is moving out. Or maybe this person was the artist and is moving out. Or the mature woman's moving. Or it could be the end of a marriage. Or it could just be going on vacation or to another home. But there's so if there's a split there could be some argument about the artwork in the home, right? Not agreeing on who should get what, or what we should put in the other home if they have a second home and that's where they're going. Also, this is defenseless to the energies or to attacks in trying to end the war and lay down the swords. And just so defenseless at this point, not giving a crap and saying whatever. That's the energy I'm getting. Then we're going fire signs first. So this one, and that's all about high honors. So here's a marriage for Leo, but victories here is reversed. All right. So someone does not feel victorious. There's like 3 different variations of X's in this picture, and there's 2 kind of interesting type of butterflies and flames there. So a lot of drama. It's this number 6. So I guess it's like the 6 of Wands for victory. But it's reversed. All right. So feeling like a failure in marriage, or bad news, or not getting any attention in your marriage. So all those kind of energies coming up for Leo. All right. So it could have been a canceled wedding as well, since this is reversed. Let's see how it clarifies. This is for Leo. Leo. All right, so this is coming up about working with your hands, possibly creatively, aligning with your desires, and then putting out a message about it at work. So somebody might be changing their occupation, like what came up in the read today, and then needing to advertise. So the marriage may not be a romantic marriage. It may be a marriage of work, or a marriage of convenience, where it's just about work. Like one does the work and one gets the word out. all right? But it's not working, right? Because it's not victorious. The work is working, but the partnership isn't working. And this is also coming out, all right? So this is being present to a group or just enjoying the moment, some kind of celebration. So like even if there wasn't victory, maybe you can celebrate some smaller victories, or just that the work is working well, just not the marriage, or vice versa. But I'm definitely getting the marriage because obviously it looks like a romantic marriage, and there's no victory there. Or maybe leave, if you're changing occupations, it's a going away party at work. Or just getting the news out about the new job or the new place. Being present with other peoples at a party, or just getting together with friends to spread the word. And that's Leo. So then we have Sagittarius, official person. And then we have change reversed. Okay, so change reversed would be no change or negative changes because of an official person coming forward. And that's 22 is the Fool. So let's see what Sagittarius has. And we have polarity there with the yin-yang stuff. So let's see what comes up for Sag. What kind of news is there? All right, so somebody getting over themselves, right? If it's an official person of great status, right, or well-known, they have to get over themselves because of changes that have happened. Like someone who had a cushy job, maybe their job is no longer going to be there anymore, or company left, so they don't have that cushy job anymore. The King of Swords. And the Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, so both of them needing to get over themselves. Having fell from grace, if it's an official person, all right? So there's a falling from grace here. And again, that can reference the masculine with the Empress reversed in the read. So the Empress reversed can also be the Queen of Cups reversed, which could be a mother. It can be anyone, but it's like whoever this is, whether it's a marital partner or just a work partner or a mother or mother-in-law, both of them needing to get over themselves because falling from grace, or this person needs to get over themselves, or this person needs to is over themselves because the Queen of Cups fell from grace. But he's in his truth. But it ruins his reputation because of them, because of being associated with the other person, the Fool. And that could be someone associating that to the Divine Feminine, thinking they're a fool. Okay? But this has to do with coming together at work, at the workplace. All right, so that's all I'm going to do for Sag. And then overall for the fire signs is concern. So there's concern there, and the Ace of Swords about the truth getting out. He's worried about the truth getting out. And this is also the guy who had a health illness at home, but maybe nobody knows about it. All right, so going from high honor, an official person, especially for Sag, was official stuff. The truth is concerned about the truth getting out. About a marriage, about work, reputation, and then the top with Aries was about the mature woman. So now we have earth signs, and we had the great fortune at the top, but nope, but the pleasure card was reversed. What number is that? That's number 6, okay. So great fortune, but no pleasure. So the wealthy man is Taurus. Why is the wealthy man without pleasure? He's a wealthy man, right? With great fortune. Well, for Taurus, and that can represent the Taurus woman as well, who's married to a wealthy man. So this is coming up with the moving or traveling or on the warpath. So this is being too aggressive. And then it's not usually too aggressive, but here it can be in coming together. And this is ego or weakness getting in the way. So the wealthy man's ego is getting in the way of coming together with Cancer energy, right? Maybe he feels like the Cancer energy is too aggressive or too bold and coming together, and their ego's in the way because they're not as strong as them, or just feeling that way. Or this literally can be a Leo person in the way of coming together with the Cancer energy. So that's Taurus. And that's why he's not enjoying his wealth, because he can't come together with this person. Or the person he is together with is out of control and running roughshod over him. Like he's got no control. They make him do everything they want. They run his fortune. That kind of energy. And then we have Virgo, which has expectation. And underneath it is strife, but reversed. That's good. So that's like what, the 9 of something or 8? Nope, it was 5. So that's like the 5 of Swords, I guess. 5 of Wands. That's Swords or Wands? I don't know. I can't tell with this deck. There's definitely Kundalini stuff going on there. So strife is over, but there's expectation, right? So it's not completely over because the card's still here, because there's expectations. It's about letting go of the expectations. Because that's outcome, right? See why Virgo has the strife is over, and maybe just the strife it's referencing why there was strife in the first place, was the expectation, but now it's over. But it has to do with great fortune. Okay, so learning to work through the pain as opposed to walking away or avoiding it. And then we and to get your wish. All right. So it wasn't easy to get their fortune. This is what it's saying for Virgo. That maybe their expectations were different than the way it came, and it was much harder than they thought. And they had to work very hard for it. And that's typical to Virgo. Okay. So that has to do with their income and stuff. Not expressing feelings or delayed or stuck feelings traps you. So it's saying instead of pushing them down and walking away, feeling into the pain and going through the feelings. That's Virgo. Then we have Capricorn. So here's the ill health or the bad health. And that's that same man in this card of concern. All right. And this is the Lovers. And these two actually could be in love. And they may not even have a physical relationship, but they've been together forever. Someone who helped them, or was their someone who worked at their home, whether it was a maid or their nurse or whatever it was. But the Lovers here. So there's bad health between the Lovers. And that doesn't have to be physical health. It could be an emotional issue as well. This is Capricorn. So let's see why that's coming up for Capricorn. There could be a difference in culture, religion. I'm seeing the difference in race there too. All right. Somebody wants to offer love to either, this could be children who are being difficult. This could be a negative past, or it could be the past returning. And it definitely can be children or twins or old friends from your childhood. So this can reference to reunions as well. So there might have been bad blood between someone from the old neighborhood, or bad blood between you and your twin, and wanting to make up so that your health will get better, right? So fixing the bad stuff, or giving more love to the children. So both your health will get better, right? So you're happier. So it's really more about emotional health with love. Or maybe a father who is going to pass soon because he knows he's going to, wants to try to make up with children he's not in touch with or doesn't get along with anymore. Someone wanting to make restitution or make up for the past. All right, no more fighting. So children or their twin or past love, anything like that. So one or the other may be sick, or one or the other's dealing with parental issues who are sick. and someone wanting to make it better for the other person. And that's Capricorn. And then we have this for all of the twins. All the earth signs. All right, so they may, because it's all about fortune at the top and no pleasure from it, because they may feel imprisoned for other reasons. Like, so if you have a lot of money and then you're sick, well, then if you don't have your health, how can you enjoy it? Or if you have to work so hard for it that you kill yourself, you may not enjoy it as much. Or the wealthy man who can't enjoy his own money because someone else has taken over control of it, or whatever. You see the differences here. So there can be imprisonment, and then the Knight of Discs. So the other one's definitely a page. Oh, I got to plug in before I use it. Okay, sorry about that. So the other one was the Page of Knights. This is the Page of Discs. This is the Knight of Discs. So both the discs are coming up here, the Page of Discs and the Knight. So, and this is the workhorse again. So do you really want to be imprisoned by your work? Is it worth that much if you can't enjoy it? Or this could be literally imprisoned. Someone might went to prison for getting their wealth because they did it in an illegal way or a moral way. Okay, so this is coming up around that, but I'm going to put it back in. All right, so breaking patterns, tripping up, screwing up can get you into hot water, but also will heal you. All right, so then we have the air signs, which was topped by message of concern and the wheel reversed. Is that fortune? Yeah, so reversal of fortune and message of concern. So the main man there is Gemini. So let's see what's coming up for Gemini. Okay, so options and death of options. All right, so that's definitely reversal of fortune. So someone who was very well set financially, with heaven in their eyes, had all the options, there's now death of that. Now there's great pain and suffering. So someone who has a lot to lose, is what I'm getting there. And it may not be in stone right now, it just could be a message of concern, so it's got them very worried about it. With the Empress. So his money may be dependent on the Empress, so that could be a divine masculine whose karmic has the money, either the family money or her own wealth. And so if he breaks up, there'll be a reversal of fortune for him that he's used to. He's become accustomed to it, or just lots of women, right? With lots of options. There could be a painful death due to radiation as well, radiation poisoning or radiation treatments, but I'm not getting illness specifically around that. All right, so death reversed is behind him. So definitely could be some illness. So this is an upright, so it could be someone who's near death. Reversal of fortune has to do with his health and or money here. So what good was all the good stuff that he worked so hard for if he can't enjoy it, or if the Empress can't enjoy it because someone's sick? Or just the pain of someone clinging to their stuff, not really caring about the other person. Or a mother may have passed. Or a partner may have passed. There's reversal of fortune either way. So if a mother passed, you'd expect that you would get fortune, but there might have been an issue. Maybe all of her medical expenses ate up all the money, something like that, just like the father thing here. Or maybe the kids didn't know about an illness that a mother or father were dealing with for many years. All right, and then we have Libra here is unexpected income, and then the aeon or eon, but it has to do with like judgment. But it's reversed. And I'm getting like imaging, like an MRI or a CT here as well. So someone might have unexpected income from new equipment they received. Or getting rid of equipment that they didn't need. Or unexpected income from selling something they didn't expect to get much for. Maybe they did. Or it's just unexpected income after deliberating too long. Let's see what comes up for Libra. Okay, this has to do with sharing. This is definitely income. Unexpected income because of charitable deeds. Or the unexpected income, he is now, he or she, it's the King of Pentacles though, is now sharing with others. But there's a message of concern about a change of fortune. Maybe this is the King of Pentacles is giving to others so that people won't know what's actually going on behind the scenes, so they won't worry. And that can be at the job, at the workplace too. Like if there's a message that the place is going to close, telling them not to worry, or that it is closing, but they're able to pay them out what they owe them. This is healing, forgiving, because of a new passion, new passionate growth, a new creative beginning, a new sexual beginning, or offering this to heal and forgive others after a great burden. Okay. Then we have for Aquarius, it's definitely a new journey or new path with the High Priestess there. Okay, so for Aquarius, a message of concern about this new path. But obviously Aquarius energy is very solid in what they do. They're both beautiful energies. I love this card. So new path of light, psychic abilities, intuition, secrets, a secret pathway. Then there's a coffin here too. Could be someone who passed, Aquarius. That could be the message of concern and the change of fortune, where Aquarius is good because their path was that they passed. They changed dimensions. So this is coming up for all air signs though. There could be death involved here. The change of fortune has to do with death, whether it's a death of a person or a business or a relationship. The Queen of Discs is here, so it's the Queen of Pentacles. They're both upright. So Queen of Pentacles may have passed, or may just be buying a plot or a coffin. Or the Queen of Pentacles could have gone to a funeral, and maybe an air sign saw her at the funeral. Or saw that Queen of Pentacles when they were buying a coffin. Maybe someone else passed and they were buying a coffin or a plot, you know, for the family plot. Yeah, there's some kind of twist of information though. Even though it's nothing looks really bad, there's something you don't see behind the story that's actually going on. Okay, and then we have the Page of Cups, just love, innocent love, puppy love, unconditional love. For the King of Wands reversed, which is coming up for air signs. I had to clarify Aquarius though. Let's see, Aquarius. Okay, it's coming up again for Aquarius. So the King of Wands may have passed, and there's a tribute to him of innocent love. Or the Page of Cups may have passed, and this person's very upset and sad. It can go either way. Let's see what else. So this is insecurities, not having the tools to deal with the loss of a child, perhaps. And vice versa, the child without the tools to deal with their parents' death. So that definitely can do, you know, it has to do with someone who passed when the child, whether it was the child or the adult, it was when the child was on the younger side. So it's still very difficult for them to deal with, you know, misfortune there. All right, so the devil had their hand in it. All right. So that was Aquarius. Let's go to water signs now. Water signs is Privileged Lady with that star on top. And then we have the Cancer, which is Journey. So Cancer has Journey with the train, and then the Bach, or Debo. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. But it looks like a cake, or kind of like a menorah as well. It's the number 7. I guess 7 of Cups, right? Debauchery, right? Getting everything in abundance. All the stuff you don't need, too much of something. So the journey to that, to overabundance, you know, to the superficial life. So that's what's coming up for Cancer. Let's see. Why is that coming up for Cancer? And then the privileged lady, all right? So debauchery is coming up here. The journey to how she got there. And why is this an issue for Cancer? Okay, because it may have led to her divorce. Or this just could be her spirituality. It may not be negative at all. It could be really positive. So it either is really positive in a spiritual way, right? Thinking outside the box, being sovereign. Or too much led to them divorcing. Or breaking contracts. Or promises or commitments to other people. Because of their own comfort. All right, but there's patience and intuition here, so this is very positive energy. I can't say this is negative. Even if it did lead to divorce, it was for her best, because look at her. She's where she's supposed to be. So we have the Queen of Wands reversed. Someone might not be happy about it, though. So there could be some jealousy just because someone is comfortable and somebody else feels like they don't have what they have. So maybe some, you know, there may be some jealousy issues there. Let's go to Scorpio with the gift. Gift. So there's a nice gift there. Ooh. And then it's the Hangman reverse. So somebody's awakened or someone is excited because they got a gift. It's a very pretty gift. So this is Scorpio. That's number 17. Why does Scorpio have a gift? Maybe his gift is just the or her gift is just the awakening. Or has a great idea. All right, so for Scorpio, ending a family or a family cycle, or a very unhappy family, and this is about because there's a death. So dealing with a death and an awakening at the same time. So that could definitely be it. Dealing with the unhappiness of a family breakup or death, and an awakening at the same time. But this also could just be, if there's just a breakup or an end of family, it has to do with connecting in 5D and just getting rest and praying. Or it could be the family resting in peace, right, in the end. Or a family member passed away. But it was a gift. Or someone passed away and Scorpio got a gift. So either the gift was an awakening or an actual gift that gave him a great idea. Or her. Okay, but someone's drained, possibly some unhappiness there, but still the Sun. There could be the children are draining them. Maybe they can't deal with their pain from the death, whatever the death was, and children are draining them, or they could be sick or ill. Oh, I was just getting a transplant. Someone got the gift of life. Oh, it's making me want to cry. Yeah. Someone might have been over-radiated, like in radiation or chemo treatment, got too much, or got sunburned, or just got burned by somebody. Maybe got burned by the family, or someone died because of radiation treatment or burn, or getting burned by somebody in the family. Someone got hung out to dry, or got, someone killed them like Jesus, made an example out of them. But they didn't realize what a gift it would be. So there's a gift that came out of this. And definitely someone got a gift of life with the transplant. That was really cool to come through. All right, again, that's privileged lady. So the transplant might have been because of a privileged lady who decided to donate, or because she spent money to advertise for the person to find a donor for them, or she was the one who needed the donation. And then we have thief, or it's actually the privileged lady might have helped Scorpio buy equipment they needed. Or to help them end a situation that was no longer for their highest good. Pisces is the thief. So whether it's that Pisces is being a thief or seen it that way, and then we have the Hierophant, which is marriage, commitment, establishment, religion. I'm showing it to you. Okay. So this could be coming up as a kid that's a thief too, right? I'm getting to this has to do with religion, that someone's having difficulty in a relationship or whatever it is, even at work or school or anything, because just someone's a different religion, and so someone might see that person of that religion as being a thief. So it doesn't have to be religion, it's anything about establishment, the patriarchy, just marriage in general. So this is Pisces. And it can just be a Taurus. So it could be Pisces, Taurus, or someone who's Pisces and Taurus in their chart, seen as a thief. And it may or may not be true. Could just be appearances, right? The Queen of Swords, expressing feelings about it. So someone may base the fact that they're a thief on what they're expressing. This is also coming up for Pisces, right? So choosing a new path, choosing left, the new, the more divine feminine energy, and leading the way. So someone might have felt that in order for Pisces to do that, that they stole from them. So they may or may not have, but I'm getting very positive energy here. So this is about success and attention. So again, jealousy is coming up here for the privileged lady. Someone might assume because they got something good that they had to steal it. How did they get that without stealing it? Getting attention, good news, leading the way, choosing a new path, and then meeting with the messenger of truth, who may be harsh, harsh words coming their way, maybe being accused of being a thief or a liar. But Pisces looks strong there. There's no negative energy there. I think it could be a little harsh verbally because there's no cups there, right? So maybe that's it. In a marriage, maybe somebody's accusing someone in the marriage of being a thief so they can get out. Or maybe they feel like they stole their life from them. Okay, so it's definitely explosion. So in a relationship, definitely an epiphany or a big explosion or sudden event in order to let someone back in or recover from this event financially, practically. So, and there literally may be an explosion as well. Oh, so a thief might have gotten in and caused something to erupt within a business or a home, whatever. Or someone who fixed something was a thief because they weren't really licensed to do what they did, and it caused a problem within a home or a business, and now everyone has to recover from it because they didn't do the job properly the first time. So that could be the thief as well. Very interesting. And then the end of the water column, which is coming from privileged lady, is now sudden wealth. So the privileged lady may have given some of her money to somebody else. Or she may have passed and signed it over to someone unexpectedly or expectedly. So here's peace, but there's no peace in sudden wealth, because now all of a sudden you're a target. So that's definitely coming up here with the, all right, there's definitely, this ship has sailed is coming up as well. But being a target, because as soon as you have wealth, you become a target for people who are not trustworthy. Okay, and that can cause depression. So wanting to be under the radar. and be moderate. To accept love from a Libra or from the justice system. Maybe somebody's getting restitution for all the depression that was caused, or illness. And that's kind of for water signs. Okay, I think that's enough. That's one last card from the cards that are left here. Let's see what else comes up for you guys, and then I'll go. I'm just getting the White House, so. Ah, the House of Purity. That's so perfect for you guys. Oh, look. The courthouse. There's definitely a marriage there. Look. With your witnesses. Community witnesses. There's definitely marriage there. Or someone loves their house. So after the community, watch out for the community. If you have an open house too, or a yard sale, be careful of who's there, because there's like a false person. So if they see what you have, you know, they may have come in from out of the country or something. You don't know whether you can trust them or not. And that's so funny, because on Cable Girls on Netflix, this is so much like this show. It's so weird. I don't want to get too much into it. But then you have the mature man and change, but in despair over the changes trying to be made. A message of courtship and a child. But again, she could be the child. And the family room. I worked hard for this. I'm keeping it. No one's getting my, you know, my stuff or my man. That's kind of that energy coming through. This is a masculine thinking about somebody else. Other than that person. This person may have had a tough childhood. Right? Had to work very hard to get where they were. So those kind of energies are coming up. All right, guys. I'm going to let you go. Drink your water. Get your rest. Be joyful. Don't forget, you can do that. And then rise and be loved, guys. Bye.